got a decent shot to do it with this draft. This draft kind of has it all. Good objective taking, good physical punch, good split damage, some solid laning, some good scale. I like it. A little bit of everything. They have the capability to do whatever they want here, and they are up against some fierce opponents, but it is against a Tundra that has been faltering a little bit.
Yes.
Especially that previous series we watched them, that was a rough series for them. So if there's a time to play this team and beat them, it might be right now where they're trying to figure out what the hell is going wrong, particularly in that laning stage. They've had some really rough laning stages, and I'm looking at that man right there, Pure. His laning has been just plain off. So some work to do for Tundra to try and get back into form and potentially a window to upset them if you are the new kids on the block.
2-2 on the Bounty Rune split, and we'll see 33 and Whitemon block out the next wave. Sadly for Gyrocopter Tuss, usually, very good at being able to fight level 1. But because Tundra kind of safeguarded this with a Trine Lane, they're going to take the range creep, body block it up, and they can't really stop the creep wave from going into the tower, otherwise Ahri's going to punish them. So this is going to push out, and this is going to set up 33 for a good start.
He's really happy with this. Guaranteed range creep into instant boomerang out. Camps are both sentry blocked. Perfect lane control from Tundra to guarantee this Doom will farm. Did get the lane back top as well, though. Worth mentioning as pretty similar situation. In fact, the exact same situation.
Yeah,
Whitemon having to try and deward as well.
Now? Because the only way to stop it is you bring more heroes to that fight, which could be really good, but also means you're automatically forfeiting bounty runes.
You can block
to stop it.
You can block your wave as it comes in too.
Yeah, but you're outnumbered.
Well, you can only be outnumbered in one place.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You didn't get that one, did you?
No.
What I'm saying is you can choose to win the safe lane block, or you can choose to win your off lane block. Depending on where you send the numbers, right?
We're just going to trade this off.
That's what I'm saying.
That's going to be the meta.
You can force a trade. But usually in Dota, when things are a forced trade, people just stop doing them because they're lazy.
Icky Cool taking a lot of damage here. He still has Fairy Fire, so he's not going to die, but he is going to get low. BZM almost had him. Bottle's going to be coming out in the courier, so he's going to start regenning up, and as long as he gets the 2-minute water rune, should be okay. But BZM almost had his number.
That was probably the one chance to kill him, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
That's your little opening versus the Timber.
What do you make of them doing Timber Saw mid instead of Sword Arm mid?
Better matchup against the Juggernaut in theory. Slaughter is historically a very good matchup against this hero.
Yeah.
And I think it has better synergy with the Snapfire if you're going to go the Shredders. If you were playing the old, Scatter Blast, Cookie, Timbersaw can use that pretty well. Slaughter also uses it okay. But if you're going Shredder and you just up the physical, it can be a little overwhelming for Juggernaut. You can just all-in burst them. The heals on this lane might not make the difference. They also might just want the higher levels on the Timber in this game so that he can roam and bail out some of these side lanes. If you can go and kill this Doom once or twice, that could be pretty impactful.
Now, one of the reasons that Tundra has looked pretty bad, honestly, in some of these DreamLeague games has been their safe lane falling apart in the laning phase, right? Pure Whitemon, once upon a time, had some incredible laning prowess, and that has seemingly kind of gone out the window of late.
Maybe that's why they go to the Warlock, right? If we're struggling, just dumb it down and make it as simple as possible. I'm just going to chain heal you and pull. Probably the simplest safe lane hero to play.
33.
Can't screw that up.
Got his hands on the Harpy, which we've seen before. He takes advantages with an Arcane Rune. I don't know if he's going to do that anymore, but...
Yeah, Palpatine,
Arcane Boots, rather.
33 down here. Just zapping kids left and right.
Ultimate power.
Got that Lotus as well, so the Lotus is super nice for this. That is efficient damage off the mana.
Trying to run down Ahri here.
There's another drinking buddies.
Got him. They can't fight
yeah.
First blood for Nesfir, and 33! Okay, well, he gets the courier, just TP's away. He did TP back to base, though.
He had no mana.
TP back to tier 3.
I agree with that. You don't want to sit on this lane with no resources and just watch Gyro farm. It's a pretty even laning phase across the board. I think we should see top potentially ramp up for Runa here. They have some levels on the Slardar plus some Shredder points. Yeah, this is the thing. You can't really aggressively spin in this lane, and I'm surprised Alberca didn't try and chase Pure down there. I think that can be a kill. Warlock is really bad at defending carries against all-in kill threats.
He does not have sprint yet. He's gone for the 0-2-1 build, which most Slardars do. Missed the crush, is going to miss the kill. He'll get the healing ward. Queasy's going to take a lot of damage for this, but Pure is also going to receive some punishment. In fact, Queasy, they kind of need to stick together here. If he doesn't stay near his Snapfire, Pure's going to run him down with a spin, and that's exactly what's going to happen. All the way into the tower, and Alberca takes a lot of damage because the creep wave was Fatal on it as well, so...
He's taking a lot.
Yeah, he is not going to die, but he's going to get quite low.
I think they misplayed this lane. I think when Pure spun on them, I think Pure should die there. I think that was a misplay by him. They didn't punish it, and then they messed up the chase.
Oh, got him. Fairy Fire, not enough for you.
Some little missteps here in the laning phase for Runa, and as we said, the laning stage was a big problem for Tundra, so the fact that they are coming out ahead, giving him some confidence as the opening game for today, being like, all right, we fixed some problems, you know?
Sorry, just cracking open a cold
Crack it, yeah, I see. That was really nice.
It's past noon, what can I say? I tried to move it so far away from the microphone. I can't believe how it picked it up.
Still have level advantage mid as well. BZM hitting that 6 first, so you do have a little bit of kill threat on this Timber, but I say that with some tentativeness because you do not want to overextend on the BP Timber, let the TPs come in and kill your Storm, especially with a regen rune spawning in the bottom river.
So delicious.
That is juicy for BZM. He played this mid lane really well. 13 denies on that Storm, gives him the level advantage, gives him the rune. Never mind, till the end steals it. He should have just jumped for it. I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, that was really weird. Dark Willow coming up to the top lane. A lane that has already perhaps been mishandled. It's now going to be met. Bramble through. Catching Queasy as he tries to cookie out. And now, are they going to stick around? Are they going to bring Storm Spirit? Are we going to go for a Wisdom Shrine invade? And what does Runa team do about that?
100%. They built the wave up top. They have double ranged catapult. This tower is going to take a lot of damage, and you have ability to contest.
Well, they're doing the same thing on the other side, but they managed to get the bash onto Ahri. Ahri just dies immediately. They are going to be fighting into a Timber stop. That's not easy. Meanwhile, on the other side, okay, BZM went back for this Wisdom Shrine. The snowball up. 33 is going to get low here. Oh, what a hurricane down! 33 keeps himself alive. Oh, we know he doesn't. Nesphere will still die. Till the end might be chased down by BZM as well. BZM doesn't have much mana to work with. Try to stick with them, a little Soul Ring, and that should do it. So a double for BZM, but double Wisdom Shrines for Runa.
Surprised they ended up getting that one away from Tundra. BZM just didn't want to zip on top of it. Pretty awkward. Does get the kills, gets the Galvanized stacks. Maybe the more important part here. Do get some decent tower damage on top. But not as crazy of a sequence as it could have been for Tundra, especially with Ahri trying to TP down there and just dives 100 to 0 to Slardar. That was really awkward for him.
8-minute power rune now. And Ahri, normally the Shadow Realm would protect you and you could be really aggressive like this against the AoE damage from Nicky Cool. Nicky Cool getting pretty low, but he doesn't Timber Chain very far. Now he gets pulled back into his death. Okay, Ahri baits them into fighting over a power rune that they don't even win.
There's so many little awkward exchanges in this game. It feels like their teams are just kind of walking into it as opposed to it's pre-planned. And Runa not bringing numbers to these power runes, that hurts because Tundra are going to prioritize it for the Storm. One of the best power rune abusers in the game. He's getting some good ones here early, or at least in theory he should have gotten that regen.
This Slardar is looking pretty poor. This is one of the things I do not like about offlane Slardar. Mid Slardar gets you guaranteed farm unless you're against some sort of Viper or something, but offlane Slardar, if it goes wrong.
I think that lane should have gone better though. I think there's a wide margin to play that lane a lot better and potentially get aggressive on the Jug, especially if you don't give them early double bonds on the waves, especially with where they had the equilibrium. But so I think in this game it could have looked better.
It definitely could have. It should have. But that's in the past. And now, for the future, he's probably always going to be the lowest net worth core. This hero can't farm like any of the other cores in this game.
Especially getting zoned off that tower. Tundra just playing behind the tier 1. Smart idea to exert some extra pressure on this starter that nobody wants to come up here and fight with, as they're prioritizing the gyro lane, rotating Nikki Cool down here, but that is a Doom with a Doom, and he throws the Doom, and you are doomed. Goodbye.
Still chasing after 33 though. Oh, missed Timber Chain. Nikki Cool not having the best time here. Hurricane out. Here comes the ultimate. Terrorize hits them both though. Ari's not dead. And now the zip in from BZM. A golem drop onto the gyrocopter's head. Nesphere is definitely dead. He's got so much movement speed, but he can't get away from BZM Storm Spirit.
Just enough mana to get the job done. Whitemon shows up, gives them the extra DPS, and that's a 1500 HP gyro going down from full in the laning stage. Normally it would take a lot more to get the job done, but Tundra just playing this fight out beautifully, getting value out of the ults. That's the biggest difference there.
And I know you guys like the draft from Runa, but one of the problems was it's not that good of a gyrocopter game, largely in part because it's a Doom. Pure getting run down in top lane, blocks out his spin as he tries to retreat. The shards keep him in distance. Runa take over this top lane just like Tundra did on the other side of the map.
We'll have play options against the Jug, as we saw there, with the punch and the slaughter that both go through the spin and just ramp up the physical way faster than he's going to get that mantle online. For a long time in this game, you'll have some kill threat on Pure, which is always nice to have. Though, with the start Tundra's had, they might just be able to send this Jug into the jungle and never show him.
They actually want to defend this. Siege Wagon's going to bring him low.
Pure,
he might just die to this. Punch goes out. They're trying to catch him. Bash goes, that's not enough. That's not enough. They ran out of damage, and now he's getting away. And BZM's in prime position to kill this gyrocopter once again. Somehow they chase down Pure. What a tree plant, but BZM,
out of mana.
No Soul Ring, out of mana. Can't get the final bit of damage. Can't zip.
Oh, Arqueezy styling on Pure. He hit him with the last 3 kisses, and he ticked out to the burn. That's just embarrassing. That was a dangerous TP from Pure, though, in general. I mean, you kind of have to respect the amp plus the punch, potential shredder on top of it. You don't know where all these heroes exactly are. He's trying to bait out the fight. That'll slow down his game considerably here and help Nesphere out, as he's going to need a lot of farm on the gyro to power through the Doom, power through the Omni, and all this stuff this game.
Stupendous.
It almost worked for Tundra, but in the end, the gyrocopter does escape. Tundra only holding on to a 2,000 net worth lead here. But still holding better map control and getting the better of both bounty runes and power runes.
We're also seeing 33 be very active on this Doom. He's looking for the fights. He goes early drum, thinking about the blade mail. This is a Doom itemization from him that says, I'm going to be in the middle of the fight. I'm going to be leading the charge. Not going to AFK farm this game. Maybe a reaction to that series yesterday where he had to be a lot more involved than I think he wanted to be. And so maybe he just comes in this series and says, okay, I'm just going to be hella involved from the start because my team needs it right now. No Wisdom Shrine for a minute, but you can plant some wards off this smoke to look for it.
Oh, dude, the Slaughter's got to back up into this.
He's 200 off Blink too. Perfect time for this gank.
They're putting so much extra effort to keep the Slaughter out of this game.
He's just food. Such an easy hero to gank and punish right now. I don't think his farm is crucial to Runa's game plan, but considering their other cores are also behind, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If the Gyro and the Timber were the top 2 net worth cores in this game and they were snowballing, and then your Slaughter is the one getting ganked, but he can still contribute the amp, give you Roshan, I'd say the draft is functional. If your 2 big damage dealers are behind and your Slaughter is this gimped, it's going to be painful to look for the fights. You're just not going to have clear initiators. Whereas Tundra are always going to have this Storm Spirit who is getting every power rune available because of the early tier 1 tower advantage. 3 tier 1s down for Runa, 0 down for Tundra. You're just stuck fighting golems in the jungle.
Burke, can he get the kill before it ticks out? He will. 100 gold for him.
All right, well, it's close to his blink now.
See how skittish Nikki Cool is. They're afraid that Tundra is going to come back to this Wisdom Shrine. And it's not a bad theory because there's even a ward laid out by Tundra. But they opted to finish up their next round of items. Play chill, get another power rune. Haste rune for BZM. Has he gotten almost every single power rune in this game. I think so.
Other than the regen, they just gave up for no reason. So yeah. Haste Arcane. Not what you want to deal with right now, but you're giving up a lot of map control. Smoke is coming through with the Slardar blink.
Oh, he tried. BZM too quick for him. And that's going to be a ruined smoke, a ruined blink dagger reveal for the Slardar.
Just look at what their heroes are at 15 minutes. Nobody is out on the map.
No.
You're basically, you know, in that single ring outside your base. Just afraid of the Doom, afraid of the Storm right now. You don't have great heroes to kind of bait those jumps either, unless you smoke. And Tundra can just be doing this, you know, while you're trying to read, oh, who's Tundra going to jump next? They're just efficiently farming jungle. They were farming top Ancients with Jug. They were stacking this Ancients for their Storm. And 33 was clearing out bottom. So they're currently winning the stack battle, winning the Ancient control battle, winning the power room battle. That is all map control off of those early tier 1s in the lane victory. Adding up quick here. This is how Tundra prefer to play the map. Split up, greedy farming, get all of your cores mega fat. Kind of forces you to make a move on them.
Which is why I like Queasy going out there and getting some aggressive wards down.
It helps.
Play with a little bit more aggression.
This also helps you push the lanes. If you see some of the killers in the jungle like the Storm, it gives you confidence to push out waves, which can help you set up the next move. This Doom just lurking off map is a little scary right now with the early fighting items. I mean, they're bringing 4 down here to try and get this lane in.
Somebody's on the Lotus and they know about it. They find 33.
Nice little pickup. Again, you have to punish Tundra if they're going to split 3 cores across 3 parts of the map. You just have to find somebody.
Just has to make sure he doesn't give away the trade-off here. Okay. Golem on the tower. They're still going to chase after Nikki. Cool. The TPs are going to come in, but so much magic damage. The Bedlam just burst him down too quick.
Too fast for the supports to come in, and that's the issue.
And even then, they're not like supports that can instantly punish BZM.
No.
Right? There's no instant stun.
Even if you get a snowball up there, the Timber might just die anyway.
Yeah.
That was a vision golem, I guess.
And now an Ancient farming golem.
Got to get that net worth up.
Telling you, man, this is how you play Warlock now.
Oh yeah, you should not be afraid to just drop this thing for minor victories that get you a lot of farm. Right back to their old hunting ground.
This duo, it's got some legs. Dark Willow Storm Spirit. Especially once this Blink Dagger is up on Ahri, he could very easily follow BZM wherever he zips to.
So powerful to have this 2 or 3 man hit squad that can provide threat on anybody in the game, because your other 2 cores have unlimited freedom.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I wonder if 33 almost regrets going this Blade Mail with how much BZM is still playing the game, because he's just jungling now, and now he's thinking about going back for Midas. You always have this bargain, but I like the idea of him going Blade Mail and being active. I, looking back, don't like the idea of him going Blade Mail and never taking a fight with it.
I mean, that's up to Runa team, right? They don't want to play active enough for the Doom to be able to do anything, then that's okay. Nice jump, gets 2 supports, and tackles that mid tower. Now, this is how you come back into a game like this, right? Like, you can't just let Tundra out-efficiency you. You gotta be actively looking for some fights. They're gonna keep looking. They're gonna go after 33 underneath this very aggressive ward they had earlier. They do have the Doom that goes out, and that will likely result in a kill on the Timber Saw. The kisses, can they be enough to... The healing ward is outdoing the kisses damage.
Too
A
deep.
basic ability, AoE out heals Snapfire's ultimate. That's not okay.
Well, it is what it is, and that was a bad fight to give up with this Roche available for Tundra. That tanky Doom build, I guess it paid off as they go in deep off the double support kill, which was great, but they do not respect the ultimate power coming out from this 33 Doom. That's one of those game-defining sequences. If you can execute that team fight a little better, you get Roche off it with the Slardar lineup. Said you're watching Tundra potentially take it away.
Alberca, meanwhile,
Maybe
goes for
not.
a kick kill on a Whitemon. Nesphere's gonna be very dead here, but they can stall a little bit of damage, at least with a snowball, and get a lot done. 33, he's gonna fall, and the Roshan and finally goes down. Pure, he picks up the Aegis and makes a run for it with the spin. They were so focused on doing Roshan, they didn't have their Juggernaut for that fight, and now he's gonna die back-to-back, perhaps. No Omni Slash, no spin.
He's through.
Missed the cookie, but that's okay.
That was way too slow from Tundra. And Runa making the absolutely correct read with, hey, they have no ults.
Dire's
No
bottom
way we
tower
should
is
let them
under
get this
attack.
Roche and get out for free.
Yeah, no Doom, no Omni Slash, no Golem.
And that is something they can always play for this game. If the Doom and Omni Slash Golem get thrown out, just run it back. Head on into Tundra, whatever they're doing, and take the fight. You're almost guaranteed to have an advantageous fight because you have no long cooldowns you have to wait for.
And you got the Roshan, but you lost the Aegis, lost the fight, and Runa is going to get the Tormentor. So
Not
they've
bad.
evened out the net worth.
Especially with the Shard going to the Timber here.
It's kind of an interesting one this early on to the game.
That thing's still a pretty decent Shard. It's not one you want to buy, but getting the slow chasing supports down, it's pretty good. Extra AoE against the Hoodwink, or the Dark Willow as well. This is not a fight Tundra can win. There's no execution or spellcasting that wins them this fight. Without those big ults, it's pretty hopeless.
Sick bait from Nesphere. The illusion play. That was nasty.
Felt like Runa woke up on that one.
Yeah. Manta certainly got its value in this game, just off of that fight alone. Anything he does after that is just bonus.
Radiant are scanning.
Solid Manta game too, against like the Storm Jump, the Omni Slash, the Dispel for the Bonds, and you can always kind of soft Manta dodge the Doom initiations if he goes that Blink route.
Yeah, this feels like a very specific build for a very specific game. Like, I think this build sucks if he doesn't have Slardar, right? But because he has
100%.
Slardar, that amps up all the damage. He doesn't need to have damage items so much.
It's a really weak build in terms of the damage ramp, so you have to make up for it with the
Trying
utility.
to land the cookie somewhere, missing the initiation left and right. A punch, maybe a snowball. H2O's dead.
Not expecting Tundra to be there with everybody, and not a fight you want to take head up into the Doom sitting there waiting for you. It reminds me of my childhood.
Huh? Wasn't happy with that one, but shake it off.
They can get to the two BKBs and the Lincolns here across the three cores. Runa suddenly have a lot more frontline power against this lineup. Then you have some confidence to take the fight into the Doom when it's online.
Speaking of that Doom, it's very rare to see 33 Doom so low network.
Product of
Alberca's
the build.
Slardar is almost catching up to him.
He didn't go that Midas. Didn't go some Octarine nonsense. Hasn't really gotten a lot going for him in the fights. You know, he only has one kill to his name. Pretty slow game for him, all things considered.
I am bunting for you.
Would not be surprised if he just sells this Blade Mail for Midas at some point or something of that nature. Feels like he wishes he had gone that build.
Yeah. At the same time, it is a pretty sick Blade Mail game.
Oh yeah, it's great. You don't want to sell it yet, but he's had this Midas soft queued for a while. 33 does not like to be poor, I'll tell you that much.
Who does?
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, they're going to catch him. Through the gate. Wrapping through from
Radiant's bottom
behind.
tower is
He
under
plays
Storm
a
is
ward, a
hard to
laning
kill.
ward.
Don't have the stuns for this guy.
I mean, if you plan it together perfectly, Crush, Snowball, okay, where was the point? He still got him on, he BZM didn't zip away far enough. He still gets another zip and another one. He is out. BZM almost
Radiant's
gave him a
bottom
second
tower
chance
is
on
under
that.
attack.
I'm not even sure with perfect chain stun he dies. He
Yeah,
has Manta. It's,
I think if it was perfect, they got it. It's 4 different stuns, right? It's
I don't know,
Crush,
he's tanky.
I mean, maybe 5. Crush into Snowball, into Punch, into Cookie, into Bash. With the gyrocopter there, I think that's enough.
If Gyro's on top of him, yeah. It was a good attempt.
Well, I know it wasn't a good attempt.
It was a terrible attempt.
I mean, it was a terrible attempt.
Okay,
They had all the
terrible
information and time in the world to plan that out.
Has an arcane rune now.
Dire are scanning.
Tundra would love to get a fight going
Dire's bottom tower
whenever this
is
Doom is
under
available,
attack.
plus some power runes on the Storm. They have a lot of vision to do it, particularly before the defensive items come out for Runa. Again, you're looking towards Ags or BKB on the Timber, the BKB on the Slaughter, and that... Well, the Linked
Ags?
was being built by Nosphere, but he's now going back for damage.
Why Ags on Timber in this game?
Forces the Doom onto him, I guess.
I
When I
guess.
look at it.
It's a pretty...
Yeah, it's a kind of weak argument.
I'm going to invest 4,200 so you feel incentivized to doom me because it's hard counters me.
Dire's
It just
bottom tower has
Takes out the
fallen.
shield and takes away his regen.
Not a huge fan of it. I thought he was going BKB, which I like a lot more. Even Lotus Orbs this game are very good for Runa.
Dire's bottom tower
Absolutely
is under attack.
S tier Lotus Orb game. It does not get better. Good against all 5 heroes. And amazing against some of them. Great against the Doom, great against the Omni Slash, great against the Fatal Bonds, amazing Dispel against the Dark Willow, and even against Storm, being able to reflect his single target focus if he goes for, Hex or some of that stuff later on is great. So you have to have Lotus Orb on the menu in this game from somebody. Ideally 2 or 3, honestly, with how good it is here. They are smoking out. Roche doesn't spawn for a minute, just looking to get some sort of fight going with this Slaughter BKB. They're going to run into another double power rune Storm. And Arcane and Invis running.
Give him the drinking buddies, but that means there's no drinking buddies to pull him out. BCM just trying to get a little bit of information there. Quick zip in, quick zip out.
Trying to bait the Doom to come in and try and doom him or something. But again, 33 doesn't have Blink, so I don't think he's really going to be aggressively looking for those initiations. More just when you enter the fight, he's going to sit back, come in, doom one of your big boys.
33 agrees with you. Triple S tier Lotus Orb game.
It's a solid one for Tundra as well, but
That's why Storm Spirit win the Manta.
better for Runa here. Do have the Daedalus on the Gyro. Pretty big timing for them in terms of that damage ramp. Very close game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is a big smoke from Tundra. Again, you're trying to get these smokes to land right as that Roche spawns, so you can smoothly transition into that big objective.
What a timing for them to TP out right as Tundra mass rotated back to the tier 3, smoked through the lane into the triangle to find somebody, but Runa felt pressure on their other lanes, so...
Going to be an expensive waste of time here for Tundra. However, Roche is a very short spawn here. It's like 35 seconds or something. Not the game I think you want to force it if you're Tundra. Pretty awkward if you get caught in that pit. We saw how weird it was earlier, particularly if Runa
Nisphere really likes doing this. The Manta, and then he puts his hero alongside the illusion, so you think it's just double illusions.
Well, he's not going to bait his amp damage, so...
No.
Quick bottle on that rune. Very nice rune to have going into the fight, particularly if the Doom goes onto this Timber Saw.
I mean, with the Daedalus done, this is a big damage spike.
You also have Roche in the top pit right now.
You could force it. I mean,
Yeah, you
got
can.
this amp damage plus Corrosive Haze.
The issue with forcing it here is the Warlock Willow are going to be very annoying to fight for the Gyro if he's just in the pit.
But if you put the Gyro on the corner of the pit, you could drink buddies, pull them out if they try and jump in.
It's an option. He will force it here. It's pretty
like
fast. He did not pop the amp damage for this, though. Okay, there it is. Missed a little bit of time. Need to go all in for this. That's an
Smoke's gonna break.
illusion.
They know they're inside the pit. BCM is going to zip in. And the BKBs that already popped. Terrorize goes out. But in the Gyrocopter, he got terrorized. So the Roshan's going to be low. BCM's going to go inside the pit. He's trying to take
Nicky
it right
Cool.
now. And Nicky Cool gets it instead. under the gun. Cool as hell. Takes the Aegis away from BZM. I thought that was a guarantee for Tundra.
You were even thinking about going in and re-initiating, but you should take your gains and run right there. No Doom went out in that fight, and that was looking rough with the Terrorize landing on the gyro. This was the issue. You don't have BKB on gyro, so he's always going to get terrorized, golem, brambled, whatever nonsense in that pit. They are very lucky and very clutch to have gone out of there with that Aegis. And that looked like it was going into BZM's hands.
It did cost them the Tusk and his buyback, but frankly, Runa kind of got away with highway robbery there.
That absolutely could have gone a lot worse. The downside for them is they didn't get Aegis on the gyro, which is who you wanted it on in this game. And who you will always want it on in order to deal with the big ults coming out from Tundra. Though getting it on the Timbers is nice with the Ags. You know, this is now an Ags Timber you don't want to do.
Well, I was going to say with the Shard. He can actually sit up front and hit buildings.
He can do some objective taking of his own.
Not the fastest, but...
I'm just still worried about the fight for Runa if the gyro gets doomed and all in. That's always going to be a concern. You still don't have any Lincolns or Lotus Orbs to protect him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they got a courier with a plate mail. That was for BZM Shivas. Nice little pickoff.
Radiant are scanning.
And we did see 33 go back for that Midas, so... Also thinking about Shivas. I mean, great Shivas game. I don't know if you need to. Would be okay to have two here. You're jumping different areas of the fight.
Love how Pure takes these camps right as 31-minute spawns, so Nesphere's just like, okay.
Even gets the next wave with the Illus. He is jacked. We haven't talked about it much, but...
Even once you get the saves, he's going to try and get a nullifier.
Feels like Tundra won a fight a little more than Runa right now because of how close they are to some of the big items. That Lotus on the Slaughter and the Satanic on Gyro would be huge in this game. Whereas you can always just kind of take little fights or skirmishes off the power of BZM and his Galvanized stacks. Still sitting at 20, level 20. Does some serious damage, can still be a problem in locking down.
A Shield Rune plus Lotus, now's the time for Runa. I don't know if you can wait out all these items. You've got only 2 minutes left on the Aegis.
The issue with this smoke is you're going into all the cooldowns and you're split up. The Timber's bottom.
Yeah.
He's your Aegis carrier.
They're going to make a jump.
That's a hard target to burst.
It's got to be perfect. Crush. Snowball. Oh, he got the bash into the snowball, into the punch.
Okay. Very well executed.
This time, they had it.
He had no Manta available. That makes a lot of difference there. Because he can insta-Manta and then you're probably screwed. Maybe you could still get the bash and stuff, but Manta was on cooldown for 3 seconds off that play. And they saw the Illus mid, so that was calculated. It was a very good read.
The Satanic is now done. I feel like all the items are coming together. We only have a minute left. I'm not saying you need to rush things because there's, you know,
well, they're going in.
Just Timbersaw, but they're just going in. Give me those Ancients. Give me that. Take the outpost to allow the TP in for our Queasy.
At least this Aegis will give Nicky Cool all his mana back because he's sitting on nothing. That's some mana issues.
Dire's bottom tower
I'll
is
take
under
that
attack.
as tribute.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They've played this map pretty well. They've given up very few bad kills. Tundra seem content farming this Jug Doom, but you're not building a lead.
Bottom tower has fallen.
And we saw how much map control they had early in this game as that lead was being built to 6 or 7K. Now it's back down to 4. Yeah, they haven't made any progress with all that extra map control over a 10 or 15-minute interval, and this is very uncharacteristic for Tundra, who normally, led by one of the best macro players of all time in 33, can accumulate some sort of lead with the advantage. And a Doombringer. I mean, this is a hero that prints money.
Yes, but there's no reason to get too worried about it, right? Like, it's 34 minutes in, you're kind of guaranteeing we're going to go late game, and don't you favor Tundra late game? I mean, it's a Doom Juggernaut against Gyrocopter. I feel like at some point there's just going to be a fight where Gyrocopter doesn't get to play.
I do favor Tundra late game, but if Runa have a bunch of Lincolns and Lotus Orbs, I think the game can be pretty weird.
Radiant are scanning.
I think the initiation for Tundra can be pretty difficult if you have the correct defensive items.
Playing for the Wisdom Shrine. Here comes the invasion. Alberca. He's going to be one to break the smoke here. Does manage to get the call. Jump in from BCM. Shivas reveals. And a quick kill onto the Slardar as they take the Wisdom Shrine. Queasy's not going to make it out either. His Glimmer Cape will not save him.
Solid jump.
Very easy.
Have that Shivas on the Storm. It just gives so much vision off the initiation. They know the team fight's secure with the AoE backup of the supports. Finally push in a little bit here. Threaten the base. Or more.
Instant Yules and a Nullifier. No Aghanim Scepter for you for the Timbersaw. And they still have Terrorize goes out. They actually managed to get some sort of stun on Pure, but it doesn't matter.
It's just dead.
Yeah.
No Doom required.
Great ward from Whitemon to lay it out on the side there. Spot
yeah.
the Timbersaw and get the initiation very early.
So they basically just team wiped them without throwing the Doom and without throwing the Omni.
Yeah.
That's rough. That is not what Runa wanted to see happen in this game. All off that vision and just bold initiations here with the Storm, who, again, is still very difficult to lock down unless you get that Lotus Reflect or something. It's pretty much untouchable.
I mean, I love this pickup. Divine Rapier for Nesphere.
Kind of has to.
I think you kind of have to all in for this next Roshan period. If you can get the Divine Rapier before Roshan spawns, win the fight, get the Aegis.
It's also worth noting that Timber could have got, like, he shielded here, got Yules, but the Nullifier doesn't hit him because it was an ally Yules.
Yeah.
So that's a little awkward, but you're already dispelling the Ags in the first place, so you don't really care.
Yeah, who cares?
Just too bold and brazen on that front line. Like, you can't be sitting up there with that Ags thinking I'm invincible when they have all these dispels.
Good neutral item for Timbersaw to zoom Bloodright. But I bet he's regretting that Axe.
I don't think it's done anything this game. This was not the game for the Ags.
No. Not cool.
Definitely not cool. Second Lotus Orb is being built on the Tusk, and third Lotus Orb considered for Queasy.
He kept his Tumbler toy to tier 4.
He must have had bad options.
He's got Blink Dagger Force Staff. Like, he doesn't really need the extra mobility, but by God, he wants it.
Closing in on that Divine Rapier.
Radiant
Yeah, he's thinking about breaking apart the Daedalus, just buy it now.
Nah, he saved up too much gold. You're 400 off. You get scanned, however. Nice little sneaky ward on this high ground.
Trying to take the outpost. They're going to jump on the Gyrocopter. Are they okay with this? They got the Lotus out on him. The stun goes into the Storm Spirit, but there's just too much damage to the Gyrocopter. Sure, they got the catch on the Storm, but they can't. They don't have the same kind of follow-up that Tundra has.
He got pulled into the Terrorize. No chance to Satanic there. Just gone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Every time Tundra make the jump this game, they're going to win the fight.
Yeah.
It's just too much room to play with. Runa have not been aggressive. They've been trying to play behind the Gyro, get him to this Divine Rapier. It's just too slow. Too much vision available for Tundra with all these deep wards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Well, now you may have to break apart the Daedalus and buy out Divine.
I just don't know. I don't know if it's enough damage at this point in the game.
Probably not, but well, what other option you got? Tundra's gonna go for Mega soon.
Full Scotty on this Jug, plus that level 25 talent. He's a beast. Good matchup for him in the late. You have the Parasma Storm who's going in on you, amping up all the magic damage. Still no BKB on this Gyro, so it's pretty hard to frontline, even with all these Lotus Orbs.
Love the BCM and Ari. Still playing together to get pickoffs inside the base.
Deadly combo with that Parasma Shivas. Amps up so much magic burst, and then Willow is probably the highest magic burst hero in the game outside of Hoodwink Gold.
And Roche is going to switch over to the other side. Yep, there it is.
I don't think Pure cares.
So breaks apart the Daedalus. He's just got a Crystallis and the Divine Rapier now.
Not as intimidating, I must say. I also think he cannot get jumped. Even if he's Lotus and he gets jumped, I think the fight is going to end up being pretty rough.
I mean, at this point, I almost wonder if you need to play for Divine Rapier and buyback, like a fight inside your base.
Oh. Little toss action.
Because you do not seem to be in a position to contest this Roshan.
I also think there's a world if you're 33, you can just doom him. Just doom the Gyro no matter what.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, I like the fact that they set up a high ground war and they're just playing to catch Tundra. See if they get lazy because they're so far ahead.
Definitely the right idea. You have to get the jump in this game. Cannot let BZM initiate.
Unfortunately, they're leaving the ward area and playing to the creep wave. Now they're wrapping in. Quick little check there from BZM, and it breaks. Managed to get 2 on the initiation. Very nice. BKB goes out for 33 at half health. Tundra start retreating. Here comes Pure, though. Big bad Pure. Swift slash. No, on the slash.
On illusions.
He did the full thing and used it mostly on illusions here. Still got the Tusk at least, and Gyrocopter at half HP. Pops the Lotus on him. Can he get off the Satanic? Keeps himself alive with his Divine Rapier. Pure is just good old-fashioned right clicks. Who needs an Omni Slash? He'll do it the old school way here. And that'll be it with the Divine Rapier gone. Even with buybacks, there's really no hope for Runa in this game 1.
That was so awkward. The Gyro went in off that double stun, and he gets drinking buddies, and it pulled him away. So he kind of missed that. Declared it. It must be so.
Where did Tiny come from?
I don't know, but it's not looking great here. Kind of looks like a little bit of a rough Tiny game.
Yeah.
I think the Willow Bane control against him is really annoying. You're a hero that jumps in deep in the fight. If you don't find the supports, either one of them is going to either lock you down in Brambles, Terrorize, or grip you. You're going to be happy to do that. The Timbersaw dices you up. Invoker... I mean, Invoker can always go both ways in these mid matchups against the heroes to jump him, but I generally favor Invoker against these just kind of slow melee dudes because...
Especially if the Invoker has frontline.
Yeah.
He's got Marcy and Timbersaw, so you're probably seeing the Invoker last in a fight.
He just eventually kites you out and outscales you. And the way he plays the map and split pushes with Forge Spirits and Sunstrike and stuff can be hard to keep up. I'm very concerned for Nicky Cool and this Tiny in this game. The panel also mentioned, you know, because we wanted to see supports play through him. I don't see that. These are not the 2 supports to play through a Tiny, man. Like,
yeah, when he said that, I was like, oh no.
I agree with him because I think Tiny is the hero that you have to play through. You can't just pick a Tiny and then just let him farm. But SD, Warlock are 2 of the most, you know, I'm going to sit in my lane, get stacks, do pulls, boost myself to level 6 as fast as possible so I can interact with the game. They're not heroes that really go mid, skirmish around runes, have strong early spells in a river fight, stuff like this. So I'm very concerned for this Tiny, not only because of the skill potential, but the support matchups here. I would rather have Tundra supports with the Tiny than be this Tiny against Tundra supports. And it's going to be a big inflection point this game is how much Nicky Cool can get done. Because I think if he doesn't get a lot done, then I do favor Tundra's lineup.
Yeah, I feel like it's very interesting that they ended up in this situation, considering the fact that Tundra just showed them the power of having a 4+2, duo that goes and kills things, right? Storm Spirit and Dark Willow were just destroying that game one.
Maybe Max Disseminate helps a little bit.
Yeah.
As we're seeing the new SD builds come out. I mean, that is a strong spell with high burst damage heroes.
Yeah, but it's just not the same as Dark Willow, Hoodwing, Skywrath. Like, there are so many 4s right now that could have given you that are popular in the meta.
I agree. Where's that Phoenix, man? I keep asking for it. Never going to see it.
No.
It makes me sad. How did this wave end up here, Whitemon? What are you doing, my man?
He went and grabbed, caught the courier, and then he went for the pull. And H2O tried to counter-pull him, and so Whitemon pulled it all the way around the map until it ended up here.
That's pretty wild to see a double wave behind your tier 2 at 2 minutes.
Yeah. 33's like, why?
Yeah, that was not great for him.
Why am I here? What have you done?
You got almost none of that.
I want Ari back. Bring Ari back. I don't want you in lane, Whitemon.
There's still a wave meeting. There's still a double wave technically behind this tier 1.
Yeah,
that 33 is playing with.
Now Nesphere is like, where's my creeps?
The end result will be fine for 33. If he can clean all this up, which missed the flag bearer, but he'll get the range creeps here. So honestly, not a bad outcome for him, despite the clowniness. Might even get the
If they kill the Warlock, then it really starts becoming worth it. Nesphere's going to show up, and he's got the Lotus while the fight is on the other Lotus at the same time. Queasy, does he win this fight against Ari? He's got that innate to refuse to take a couple of shots there, trying to get the Sunstrike kill somewhere through the mix. Ends up missing out.
Well, I'm sure Pure will somehow die here because that seems to be the trend in all of their games.
Oh, got him in the Bramble. Disruption, Shadow Realm hit, and unless he accidentally hits Illusion, he tried. That was a cute play, Queasy. You tried, but Ari, he's up to your tricks, man. He knows what's going on.
Good little read there. And Pure doesn't die. Defied expectations here in the early laning phase. Solid start for Tundra. Already has that helm up. Great armor against the physical lane. Should kind of be cruising. You always have those Sunstrikes to play with. This will be a Pure Exort Invoker. You have the Sleep setup. You have the Bramble setup. Those are enough.
That is really awkward timing.
Yeah, that was not the best on that. Well, I guess. Yeah, that was a little awkward. If you had more mana, you can trade a little bit better here. You still have one mango left on the Slardar. You still have to worry about these Sunstrikes and all these trades. So you have to keep in mind. Oh.
Yeah.
He almost disrupted him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The weirdness of the top lane continues.
Just a non-lane. They've just turned it into pure wave pulling, and 33, he's living his best life up here. CSing really well. Basically out-farming this TA. This is how you get through a rough matchup. Once he has the levels, he's not going to care about this Templar Assassin at all, which will let the Bane roam around, potentially set up Sunstrike kills, harass this Warlock. This is not how Warlock likes to play. He wants to be doing pulls. This is why any sort of lane that disrupts equilibrium against this hero is amazing.
Trying to stare the Sunstrike. Good call by Nesphere to hug his support like that. And this is a lot of time off lane, so they need to get this kill. And with the Blood Grenade, I think they've got it. They do.
Radiant's
Not the kill you wanted to feed away when this Warlock was really suffering up here in terms of experience. Maybe 33 will get the trade, though. He does not have Timber Chain.
Treads run him down. He's faster.
Denied to the Lizard? Or just make him work for it? Oh,
Sunstrike dodge. He's really going to work for it. He even can pop Stick and Fairy Fire if he wants to. Prolong it a little bit further. Jumps onto a Burka and body slams him.
No Crush comes out. He's gone. That's going to be a free 6-minute Lotus pickup for this Marcy as well. Maybe Pure finding a little bit of his laning back, huh?
Yeah. The off lane for Runa team continues to disappoint a bit.
Their worths are still pretty close across the board, though. Nikki Cool is winning mid. Not by a lot, though. This is a very even lane. 10 denies on the Invoker, in fact. I feel like Tiny should be doing better in this CS battle, particularly with BZM throwing out all these Sunstrikes and using up his mana pool. Just not been the case.
Pure hops on out of there. Rotation from Runa team does not net a kill.
And this is where the support duo is just not that fast.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of early spell power. Kind of hard to use the early bonds. Unless the Tiny is in a lot of these ganks, they're going to feel pretty muted. Difficult to go and interact with this Timbersaw as well. Yeah, you have TA up here, but what's the combination follow-up with TA to threaten 33? Doesn't really exist unless it's the Tiny rotating with the big combo, so...
And when you're in this situation, you probably just need to stack, right? Like, if you're playing a slow support and there's no reason to be in lane anymore, there's really not much else to do but stack.
Great stacking supports. They have some heroes that can clear it for sure.
Yeah.
It's just kind of rough to go in a game and play the economy stacking style against Tundra specifically, and even more so against Tundra when they have Invoker. Because it's very rare they lose the slow, methodical plow towards the late game style games with Invoker. I mean, we see first item for BZM. Sometimes we see Dom. You can maybe get away with like an Urn or something, but he's just going straight Midas. So he's not messing around. Straight Exort Midas Invoker to scale in this one.
Crash landing, holding on to the Stampede to make sure that Ari can't TP out.
A little action for Nikki Cool. They need more of that. Would love the power rune here as well, and he will be rewarded. The hand of Gabe blesses him today.
Blessed indeed. BZM too late there with the Forge Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Still halfway off that blink. There's a way to go here. You look at this Timbersaw's net worth, man. Classic 33 game. I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to get bigger than you. And then I will kill you.
Watching these games through DreamLeague, who do you feel like, Runa? Good catch on Pure right as he tries to jump out, gets tossed. Repositioning stops. Tornado comes in with a meteor though. Oh, and Pure's not dead yet. Okay, never mind. Crash landing. Tiny does some serious damage with that toss. But what a hit from BZM. Got the turnaround kill, and
behind the
they're going to get an extra one. He was blocked by his own golem.
No, he got blocked by a melee radiant creep.
That's funny.
The hero that Tundra needed. That's the downside of going for these aggressive plays. If it's not on the Invoker, ideally you always want to be ganking and killing an Invoker in the early game. If you make a play elsewhere and you let the Invoker respond, you're really sad because that trade is never worth it.
Sure. Directs a lot of attention away from the top part of the map where 33 is currently clearing out his ancient stacks. He is
so big this game, man.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just a melee creep, right? Yeah, radiant melee creep.
Unlucky.
Doing God's work down there. Look at this gank.
Demonic Purge pulls him out of the meteor. A little awkward there. Toss over. A lot of damage, though. They got to be careful of that one. Fatal Bonds plus crash landing toss. Big damage. Not enough, though. They'll get the kill on Ari, but trading support for Core. Oh, wait. Deafening Blast. A little bit more with the Shadow Poison.
Pure's back in.
Oh, Pure's back in with the amp damage. Quick kill onto the Warlocks. They lose 2 on Runa and get nothing.
That looked like some fumbling from Tundra, but in the end, some crisp execution down the stretch. Nails him a couple of kills, gives nothing up. Great spell casting from BZM despite Pure's best efforts. And they'll nab a couple of freebies, which, by the way, you did wall. The Timbersaw didn't have to get involved. He makes the move bottom. Sleep setup into Sunstrike, into the Chakrams, but the tree got cut by his own Chakram. Doesn't matter. Hero's too broken. Level 9.5 for 33.
Oh, jeez. He's got the levels and the gold, man. He's huge.
Really terrifying hero to give this kind of start to, especially with double strength melee core lineup.
Yeah, Warlock's gonna need to brush up on his reading here because You need some experience. If they had a golem for that mid fight, right, maybe they get a double kill.
Oh, for sure.
On the 2 cores that were hit by that crash landing fatal bonds combo. But level 4 Warlock, yikes.
You already have levels on the supports too. That's a big deal for Tundra. Like level 7 Willow, level 6 Bane, you already have grip, you have the Terrorize available as we saw. So you can start to roam around this map and look for easy pickoffs. The threat is super high with Sunstrike behind these single heroes.
Okay, they already have enough stacks on Tundra. They start taking Runa team's stacks too.
Economic destruction here. I don't think Runa got enough done with this support duo because
clearly not.
You either win lane in a static lane setup or you're stacking. And if you're stacking, you cannot afford to lose stacks.
They stacked it for them.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
They're so confident about their control here. They pulled more people in, stacked it. 33 will take it all.
Of course he will. I mean, this guy, he loves his stacks. Gonna name his first child Ancient Stack. Name his second child Ancient Stack 2.
Radiant are
Start
scanning.
stacking them up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Should it be Ancients 1, Ancient 2, and then stack them?
Radiant's top tower has
That would
fallen.
work too.
Dire
Nicky
are
cool, smoke breaks. Okay, big kill if they can get it. That is a big if though. 2 supports behind the Timbersaw. Very tanky hero already. And goodbye Shadow Demon.
Too easy.
Struck.
Too easy right now. Gonna get his little golem too. Tundra ready for that play, and that is not good news for Nicky Cool because he needs to start to find some action with his Blink Dagger.
Dire's middle tower
Still missing level 10 for the full combo. It's feeling rough out here for the tiny man. Do not want to get stuck in this kind of game where Invoker's just farming jungle with Midas and you're looking for kills that you're not getting.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
PZM is
Dire's
rushing
middle
to
tower
that
is under
Ags.
attack.
Top 3 net
Dire's
worth,
middle
all
tower
on
has
Tundra.
fallen.
Looking good for them, and they're already exerting a lot of map pressure just with summons in this game. As you walk out
Tundra's
of there.
greed, no bounds, man.
Of course not.
Like, Ari should have, like, what if I take their Wisdom Shrine too?
Well, the thing is, they have a lot of information to play with. There's Forge Spirits pulling and messing around mid. He's running Forge Spirit into the triangle right now. There were skeletons off the Dom creep pushing bottom from the Marcy Dom earlier. This is all vision. You have that deep ward mid. It allows you to go for these solo plays with the supports, backed up by the Sunstrike with a lot of confidence. And what are you really afraid of in this game if you are Tundra? The tiny pickoff with a what backup? Slaughter pickoff? He's going Midas.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. This is not. This does not strike me as the offlane Slardar Midas game.
I don't think Runa's going to draft offlane Slardar again.
Well, this might be their last game, so that's
true,
a
that's true.
yeah, it's a
Sorry,
good
I
prediction,
forgot about
Austin.
that.
In an elimination series.
Okay, for the rest of the season, how about that?
I don't think it's that bad, but
It's pretty bad. It was kind of a liability for the game 1, and it's a liability in game 2.
yeah. Well, if one bad series means you never pick a hero again, we wouldn't have Collapse Magnus, we wouldn't have Amar Mars, we wouldn't have Sumail Storm, we wouldn't have Miracle Invoker,
Radiant are
we wouldn't have
scanning.
Tops and Pugna.
I'm just going to keep going.
We wouldn't have FY Rubik. We wouldn't have S4 mid Night Stalker.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Thank you.
I think I proved my point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hasted Nicky Cool. Running around at the speed of sound. But no one to be found. Well, maybe Whitemon. Okay, spotted him on the trap. Never mind, they got him. Nightmare off the cliff? No, Nightmare onto the Tiny, and then TP. But then the Warlock takes off that Nightmare, and Whitemon's gonna be real sad.
Dire's middle
Just a
tower
solo
is under
Bane, though. 4 heroes. mags.
At 16
God
minutes.
Damn, that is fast. That is really fast and absolutely terrifying.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, the Templar Assassin is also quite
Radiant's
farmed.
middle tower is under attack.
The other two cores are a bit far behind. But he went Deso and no Deso charges yet.
Do you have the minus armor combination here with the Slaughter plus the TA if you combine everything?
Yeah, if I'm Runa, I kind of feel like trying to do a little sneaky smoke play into Roche or something. I mean, they have this ward outside the Roshan pit too. Like,
I have very good vision on this
they're
upper
thinking
half.
about it. They take that into 20-minute Tormentor as well. All of a sudden, Hand of Midas, Tiny. Runa are saying let's play an economy game against Tundra.
Bold move. Very few teams can out economy this squad.
Yeah, it's like maybe Falcons. Who else would you say reliably could go up against Tundra, be confident they could take an economy game against them?
I think the extreme gaming we saw at TI.
Sure.
Could,
Yeah.
because they are very good at playing that slow, but this
Long
one,
range, Tumbler Toy gets a little bit farther, but the Bramble still latches into the Fiend's Grip, into the Cataclysm. Goodbye! Golem drop, unfortunately, will not do anything. In fact, the Tornado may still mean he dies, because they're not afraid of a tier 2.
hell no.
The only hero they're scared of
Lotus.
is perhaps the hero they've already killed, Templar Assassin.
I mean, with early Lotus on 33, even if you bring everybody to this fight and you jump the Slaughter in who doesn't have a jump, he amps somebody, so what? You just Lotus that guy, and then what is the team fight?
Yeah.
Super confident right now. Tundra, make a solid move.
Radiant's middle tower is
Get the
under attack.
best target out of it in that TA. Into a tier 2. There's your blink for the Slardar.
Dire's top tower.
But the Tiny is slept mid.
Radiant's bottom
He's going to take a long nap. Invis Rune does not get him away.
Only got the Bane.
He did get the Bane. Tundra will get the Shadow Demon.
It's just,
For one exchange.
this whole game feels like support difference to me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily player skill, just the heroes and how they're combining with the rest of the lineup. What Tundra supports can do on their own versus what this Warlock SD are capable of, which is just not much right now.
Kari's just toying with him, man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
3k damage from the Slardar, 3.5 on the Templar Assassin. Not great.
I love that 33 is the lowest, though.
Yeah.
For probably the highest damage hero in the game with the lowest damage output, as he has just farmed his way to the top of the chart.
He has slaughtered
Classic.
many an ancient.
Classic 33 right here. Says, I'll let all you nerds play for kills. I'll keep winning championships until Valve stops me. Will Valve ever
Radiant's
stop
middle
this? I don't
tower
know.
is under attack.
Man's a monster. He just orphaned another family. Smoke up to the Tormentor.
I think if Valve
Oh,
ever
Timbersaw.
shrinks the map back down, this man might have to give up a TI win or something.
Okay, can't afford their Templar Assassin
Oh,
to go
it's a big
down.
bonds.
He's already been initiated. Great bonds, great crush. But the follow-up is simply not there because the Templar Assassin was already jumped in the Cataclysm. Okay, it doesn't actually blow anybody up, but there's already enough. Oh my God! Well, that was cool.
God
That
dang.
was damn cool.
Is it enough?
It still doesn't win them the fight, but it makes things a little bit more even. Nikki Cool sadly will not be escaping here. Trying to toss him away. Not to be.
That was a badass combo right there from that Tiny going into the bonds targets. Cleans up 3, looks amazing, and you still lose the fight.
Yeah, how, where was the Tiny at the start of all that? Because he got that amazing crush.
Just running there. That disarm did a lot of work going up the hill, by the way. We're going to see... You get this crush, you get the bonds. Tiny's running in the river.
Yeah.
Had no TP. And look at this Bedlam. Just destroyed them with the disarm on the Slardar. Kata doesn't hit anybody here. Man, if Nikki Cool was there like a second or two earlier, you can bail your TA out maybe. Also, look at this Chakram that comes through. I think he got Z-axis on it. Oh, we're not going to see it. Never mind. No.
What? No? Are you hearing things?
No, it's all right. Keep casting on us.
Okay. Well, Sunstrike to reveal that they are indeed doing Roshan. And guess who's here for it? Ari with the Terrorize! Oh, it was close. It was a good effort.
Went in, though. They just went to the Slardar.
Not who they intended to grab it.
No,
but
they did not
somebody
want
had to
that.
get it before Ari grabbed it, so. And now here comes 33. Nothing really touches 33.
No.
Runa team just have to full retreat, give up whatever supports get grabbed here, and it's going to probably be both of them. Alberca's trying to go in. They're actually going to try and fight this one out. I don't know. I don't think it works for you, but we'll see. Combo, he kills Pure, and actually half HP 33. Maybe they kill him. The Timber Saw, is he actually going to fall here? The Meld Strikes one after another. A bash, a crush, they got him. What a read from Runa team to Sunstrike. So close, so close.
What a fight. And he just ends up working out. They keep the TA alive. The control from Tundra just wasn't there. No grip goes off. The Terrorize was used on the heroes in the pit, so you don't have that for later in the fight. You're just trying to run them down the old-fashioned way, but not enough gas in the tank as too much HP to wear through. And finally, we're seeing some of the value of this Tiny. Got some really nice combos off in this fight towards the end.
Yeah, this is the one where he was able to get combos, blink out, then go in again. Most of the time, it's just been like, if he goes in, Timbersaw's just going to keep on top of him until he dies.
And the biggest key here is the supports go down first.
Yeah.
The supports go down first, Tundra lose a lot of their control, you can kite the fight out, you can reset for these extra combos, and if 33 gets another Whirling Death off here, it would be huge, but he does not. As the burst is there, this is the double Midas lineup, winning team fights. This game might not be as easy for Tundra as they probably felt it was going to be with the start they had.
Pure really likes this ag.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
I don't know why. It's like I think it is value some games, but
I hate it.
I don't even think that
I hate
the
it.
games that he's buying it's value.
I think this item is incredibly hard to use and is just unnecessary.
The Axe, of course, being that when you do an Unleash combo, it does an AoE silence.
To be honest, I think the other parts are better in this game. The Dispel and the lower cooldown.
And maybe that's why he likes it so much.
Yeah, I think those components are nice. I think the silence is almost irrelevant in a game like this. I mean, if you jump supports, it can be good. I'm not saying it's a useless item, but...
Well, usually when you jump supports, they just die in
right,
one
like
combo.
if you buy a
anyway.
data list, the guy's just dead. So who cares? But maybe he just wants as many Dispels as possible for Bond's slaughter him, which...
That's fair.
It's reasonable. He did go Manta plus the Ags here, so technically double Dispel. If he gets BKB, that's going to be a third Dispel. I mean, you can't touch the guy at that point. It's just permanently Dispelling everything.
Once again, though, Runa team, despite being behind, very good at finding openings and putting together team fights that they can win, despite the net worth disadvantage they're facing.
They've looked pretty good in this series. I mean, they're down a game and they're not winning this one right now, but honestly, playing from behind against Tundra is not easy. I thought they were going to run into more trouble with this double Midas, but they kind of made it work. They're team fighting pretty well, and now you have a full Shivas on the Tiny. You got the BKB on the Slardar, so these Midases are paying off. Heroes are getting fat. If you get the AC on the Slardar, you have a lot of armor to work with here. This TA is gonna hurt. Oh, gateplay top, flanking this Bane who does have a gem. So it'd be a huge pickup. Or the bigger prize.
That Timber Saw. Oh, that Timber Saw. A second death on him.
He's still
Toss,
tanking.
Golem, everything they have. Another bash is coming up. Another crush is coming up. They just keep on swinging. Eventually, he'll go down.
Oh,
No way. Okay.
That was very close.
I was going to say, there was such a small window there. It would have been very impressive how Burka reacted fast enough to get that.
Trying to catch
Oh,
Pure.
I love this. Teleport to the other side and go. Oh, he got a haste rune.
The bailout that he needed.
It really was.
That was a fast sequence from Runa here. I like it. They're really picking up steam. They're putting the pressure on Tundra to scale in this game. Not going to be free. Nice little ward here, too. Gets killed by Whitemon. That might have been the bigger prize. Honestly, taking Gem off the map could have been bigger than the Timber kill in some ways. Just to secure yourself more vision against a team that is very capable of ghost pushing the waves in and not showing.
It is really insane that Whitemon was out there with the Gem.
He was really out there.
Right? Like the
he's
balls to
confident.
make that kind of call. I'm going to like solo run down their side of the jungle and D-ward things with Gem. Like, what? I mean, he has a really aggressive ward and he didn't get caught, so it may pay off.
He has night vision.
Yeah, that's also true.
Always got to play confident at night as the Bane. You always have that Cataclysm backup if you find somebody.
Wisdom Shrine in 20. Tundra are obviously looking to steal. Runa team are not positioned for either one, so.
Did buy a gem of their own though, so that'll help. That'll help you be a little more confident on these high ground positions going into that next Roshan in a couple minutes here. Whitemon will switch that gem back to the courier. He's done walking
Caught Pure
around
in the
with it.
river. And with the demonic purge. Oh, does he die? He does. The final hit from Nesphere landed and the demonic purge popped.
Did not expect the 5-man smoke into the river.
They've got a lot of ways to control him through BKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower
Feels a
is
little
under
discombobulated for Tundra at the moment.
attack. Radiant's
Maybe they're
structure
content just farming for the ultra late with the Invoker, but they really haven't made a move in a long
is
time.
under attack.
Starting to bleed out some of that vision advantage they had earlier.
Radiant's middle tower
I'm definitely more confident about Runa team late game than I was in game 1.
Dire are scanning.
I think Marcy's damage is crazy good. It's just the hero is more and more likely to be kited in fights late game.
There's going to be a nice timing with this AC Slardar. You got the TA with BKB, can go in now. And this tiny, a lot of HP to get through, a disruption to save people.
I think he wants, oh, good blink away before the Shivas can nab him. He's still going to be caught though. Brambles are down. He doesn't have BKB,
Oh, he's
so all this
done.
magic damage, yeah, he's
Cooked.
cooked by the meatballs. Cold snap. And another one.
Needed the disruption there because Tiny still has no escape mechanism if he gets gone on. These fights have been working for Runa because the Tiny has been able to get out, go back in, play the outskirts of the fight without that big defensive item. But if he gets caught first, it's just death sentence. And that fight is probably just over.
They thought Tundra was going to do some sort of half-hearted push-in of the mid lane, but instead the reality is Tundra brought everybody to mid lane to push it out, and 33 just charged in, forcing them into that awkward scramble backwards.
Are fortified.
Got that full Shivas of his own up, thinking about Manta as well. They are really itemizing the dispels here to just ruin Alberca's day.
Which means Runa's going to feel really good if they can actually make this go super late and Slardar gets level 25. Slardar is actually very high level, level 20.
Midas
Yeah,
giving
so
him the extra XP here.
if you buy into that many dispels and he gets the undispellable talent,
Oh, it's strong. It is always strong. Mega strong this game. Of course, the armor is still going to be good against the lineup regardless, but
of course.
there's something to play for here. They're eyeing up the TA. No BKB. It got popped top.
can he blink away or he's just, no, put into the brambles and the AoE silence stopped the disruption. He gets it off now. A blink dagger, is he going to be able to? Nah, it's just every single time. He blinks now,
Did get
but
it. He didn't go very far, though.
yeah, he got sent up in the air by the tornado, but the refraction blocked the damage. He was able to blink, but didn't blink far.
That's just a huge misplay. You can't be showing on
No.
mid-wave STA without BKB and all these heroes off the map, right? If you want to bait that out and you have BKB, you get disrupted, pop BKB, take the fight. I can maybe understand that. But just sitting there without BKB, you're never going to get a single right click off.
Yeah, you just giving up 2 lanes of barracks.
That just
What a
felt...
blunder.
Yeah, that just felt completely uncalled for.
Are under attack.
Can't make those kind of missteps against a team like this. That is an easy 2 lanes. Blows this game wide open.
Top barracks has fallen.
And that Roche is just sitting there, waiting to be collected. You still have 30 seconds, no TA. Why not just go do it?
There's the BKB they needed for Tiny. And this has been an extremely poor sequence of events for Runa team.
Just collapsed out of nowhere, right? As they were kind of evening it out.
Yeah, the game, they brought it back. And now they may not even get a team fight at this rate. Like, they're just getting picked off so many different ways. They lose the fight in mid off the Tiny not having the BKB. Now they lose the Templar Assassin, then they lose the Tiny again. The supports are getting picked off. They're going to give up Roshan at this point. 2 lanes of barracks, Roshan, like 10,000 net worth in the space of just like 4 minutes.
More, I
3
think.
bad decisions from Runa.
It's going to end up being almost a 12, 13K swing when all things are said and done here. In a 3-minute interval. Pretty disgusting. And the big items are coming out now for Tundra. That Daedalus on the Marcy, picking up an Aegis on top of it. We already know the other 2 cores are scaling like beasts here. This could be the nail in the coffin here for Runa's run if they cannot muster up a hell of a base defense. Which, no golem available right now because you popped it on that last little skirmish. So that hurts you if Tundra just decide to run down mid right here. So they're looking for Tormentor? Okay.
Yeah, why not? They could do it pretty efficiently. Tundra's one of those teams that always seems to be able to do Tormentor with 1 or 2 heroes. And
They have this outpost, so instantly back into the action. They don't even give up map control to get the job done here.
yeah, exactly.
Still eye up that high ground with the golem cooldown for another minute. Or you can just farm and push towards your 25s. Pretty close on the Timber. He's kind of the only one.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting that in 4 minutes of Aegis.
Nah.
Dire's
So
courier
better just play for an opportunity, I guess.
Slew that monkey.
Could not get his Daedalus. Honestly, that might have saved him. He might need beat buyback to be able to play this next fight.
I just don't see buybacks doing that much for Runa. Because it's not as if Tundra have to commit big spells to kill people. I mean, Unleash, you know, I guess you can bait Marcy and whatever, but he's the guy with Aegis, so...
Playing on the ward, trying to kill Ari. They do manage to get him. Will they get out? Honestly,
grip.
Fiend's grip on the Slardar, that is rough. He's going to die there to the Unleash. Warlock was obviously dead because I don't even... Oh, nice toss back. Okay, maybe not so nice.
It's not nice at all.
It's not nice at all.
no.
Pure is just doing too much damage.
Not cool.
Not cool,
Not
Nicky.
cool, bro.
Not cool at all. Well, that's going to be mass buybacks for Runa team. And they can't even confidently run at Tundra and get kills.
Too tanky, man. So tanky on this Timber. So much damage from the Marcy. You just can't really threaten them during the BKB. Nobody can stand their ground and deliver enough damage. You didn't have the Daedalus on the TA to maybe give you some hope there with some big crits. And they still have that ward eyeing the camp. He got slept.
Pulled back into the rest of the team. Die back.
What a
Not
ward.
on the TA. For some reason, I guess everybody else bought back.
That's the White Mon impact. All these little things.
Yeah.
So good at setting up the pickoffs.
is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
It's Still have Aegis for a minute and a half here.
They can wait out another Unleash. No, 33 is not waiting.
No way he's going to wait.
That's cool, looking for a toss back. It's a little late here. Tornado perfect. 33 takes very little damage at all from all that. Turns back with a Gleipnir and a little bit of Chakrams. Apparently not too scared, though. Maybe he should be. He's got to be careful with these side blades. They do hurt. They can dice you up.
So much armor to work with. It is insane. And no BKB on the Tiny. Poke him down. Force Nicky cool to the fountain here as 1 Rax remains.
Unleash blink back. Queasy, he doesn't want none of that, but you don't take it, the Barracks will. Demonic Purge. They'll get him. But that's going to be Mega's disruption. He's going to come back into the Meteor. It's going to be a bit of damage.
I've
Has
seen this
BKB
before.
though. Can he get some bashes on it? Pure dripping away to the side. Cataclysm blows up the Tiny. 33 in deep, takes out the Shadow Demon. Another Fiend's Grip, and that's game.
Tundra just too strong today. I don't think Runa looked that bad. I think these games were winnable, maybe not favored, but winnable, and they had some good periods. Honestly, this team has been impressive. This DreamLeague, I think not a lot of